It's time for LCHS Red Devil Football. On Classic Radio 97.9. Catch every hard-hitting play, every touchdown drive, and every defensive battle with play-by-play announcer Benny Williams and color commentator Jackie Birch as we bring you live coverage of Red Devil football, led by head coach Rich Dutton. So now, dial it in, turn it up, and strap on your helmet. It's time for LCHS Red Devil football on Classic Radio 97.9.
Indeed, it is time from Moulton, Alabama. We welcome you to LCHS football. Tonight, after a tough loss at the hands of Brooks, the Devils going to try to bounce back outside region play against a rebuilding East Lawrence Golden Eagle team led by Coach Jared Helms. With me tonight, as always, Benny Williams, Jackie Birch, and Jackie, here we are already at the midpoint of the regular season. Can't believe it. LCHS sitting at 2-2, and there's not a lot of folks think that East Lawrence can win tonight. But I'm going to bet you the Golden Eagles believe they can win the game because this one will be for bragging rights for a whole year. So they're bound to give it everything they've got tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, I bet you won't find that thought in the locker room over there right now on the visitor side. But it's a long-time rival, big rival. Been a lot of record-setting games in this rivalry. They still, I think, the state record was broke here 2 years ago.
That's right.
And we played till sometime Saturday morning. I don't know, but we played 7 overtime game, and I don't think I'll ever forget that one. We thought it was over. We thought East Lawrence had won 8 times and thought Moulton had won about 8 times.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
And the other team would come back somehow and pull out whatever it needed, and whether it was scoring on 4th or 20 or whatever, it was one of the craziest games I've ever witnessed, and that was quite a night. But this is a huge rival. It means a lot to the kids to know each other. You know, they've grown up all their lives and probably played, baseball and basketball against each other in youth leagues and on up. So anytime you play your kin folks and your neighbors, it tends to be a pretty good rival game. And East Lawrence will be very, very motivated for it.
I think so, too. Our broadcast tonight is sponsored by Alpha Insurance Agents Holly Cornelius and Danny Whitman, Brewers Heating and Air, Kane Goldsmith Attorneys, Charlie's Body Shop, Guthrie's of Moulton, Jamie Hood Jewelers, John's Barbecue, Ben Jones, State Farm Insurance, Lawrence County Exchange, Pepsi Cola of Decatur, Southern Automotives, All-Star Ticks and Willie Allen, and Marcia Terry Realtor for Century 21 Prestige Properties. LCHS and ELHS. It means so much to all the players, coaches, and fans. So grab yourself a cold Pepsi Cola and buckle up. And thank you for tuning in to 97.9 Sports. Whether on the radio, on your computer, or on your smartphone, we'll be back with the Kane Goldsmith pregame show after the 6-second break. Stick around.
And we welcome you back to the Kane Goldsmith pregame show here at Red Devil Stadium. The Rich Dutton Show is sponsored by Marcia Terry of Century 21 Prestige Properties each week. So let's go down with our scouting report from Lawrence County head coach Rich Dutton.
Just a few seconds away from a very interesting ball game. It's one of those inter-county rivalries, Lawrence County and East Lawrence. Going to spend a few minutes with head Red Devil Rich Dutton after we take a break. To hear some good words from Marcia Terry and Century 21 Prestige Properties, we'll be right back. We're going to spend a couple of minutes with Coach Rich Dutton, the LCHS Red Devils. Coach, coming off a tough loss at home last week, it was a home loss and a regional loss against Brooks. We were talking up in the booth. I think Lawrence County looked as good as I've seen them look in years in that game. There was a lot of fire, a lot of just going after the ball the whole game.
Yes, sir. The players really wanted that game, and we were all concerned coming off of a big win like Russellville, would we be suffering a hangover or would we be ready to play the next week? And Brooks provided a huge challenge for them to rise up to, and as far as their effort goes, you couldn't ask for much better.
The outcome of the game wasn't what you wanted it to be. Had a couple of untimely penalties that it cost us a couple of touchdowns, but you just kind of chalked that up to last week, and you kind of move forward from there.
That's all you can do. You You got to approach those things in a reflective manner and see what you can do to fix those problems. And that's all we've been doing this week is again, focusing on us and how we can somehow or another minimize those mistakes.
Hey, you're being very diplomatic, and I appreciate that. One thing I do want to touch on before we move on to tonight's game, there was an offensive formation that we haven't seen this year. You'd mentioned a couple of weeks ago that your offensive coordinator let you run a play or two of your own every once in a while. Was that one of those, or is somebody else responsible for that?
Well, no, we didn't call one Friday night. The offense, most of the time we do that when we get to do one of those crazy plays. It's when we're in a bad situation late in the half, like we did against Pope and Russellville. It was right toward the end.
Right.
This right here, we didn't know if we could block their front. They haven't given up. Brooks has not given up a point in the region up until our game with them. They looked so good on film up front. We created that together to see how they was going to respond if we was having problems blocking them. That we wanted to get a look on how they would be able to, would they go to the player or go to the gap? How would they do it? And thankfully, the offense was clicking so well that we didn't have to base much more after we got that first look of it.
Looked good from upstairs, I'll guarantee you. Okay, East Lawrence. Coach Helms going through a rebuilding year at East Lawrence. How'd you get your team ready for tonight's game? How did they respond after the loss to Brooks?
They're hungry. We keep the region standings up there. It's something that thankfully the last few years we've been able to look at with some optimism. Every game now, I hope that we've gotten into rhythm to where every game's important, every game's special. We're not 2 years away from a 7 overtime game with this team, so we understand the ability of the East Lawrence Eagles to give you a very strong fight.
What kind of offense do you see them running? What'd you see on tape this week? Offense and defense, as far as that goes.
Coach Helms has gone back to be more like Coach Helms. He's in the shotgun. He's doing some quarterback reads. Very similar to Russellville in some aspects in the fact that he's got a young quarterback. He's trying to get the ball out of his hands quick. And so you got to be ready for those quick underneath routes and screens for an athlete to get the ball short, create his own move, and see what happens.
They may be having a tough year out there, but I do know, as you referred to that 7 overtime game a couple years ago, they always play us tough, It's a good rivalry. It's been well attended. The gate from these games have always been a good gate. And we expect it. And like you said, you're coming off a pretty tough loss, and you hope that the attitude has got to where we're going to rise this level every game, every opponent. And if we do and they do, it could be a very good ball game. Let's talk about injuries for a second. How's that looking coming into tonight's game? Well, Thursday, Trey Freeman, he's out for the season with ACL. He had his surgery Thursday, and we're thinking about him. Zay in the third quarter of Brooks took a lick to the knee, and he has MRI. We'll find out more results of that today, but very unlikely he's playing in this ball game. We don't know about what's going to happen from that point. And then we had 2 concussions. Cameron Carpenter will be sitting out this game, and Kane Givens. The heat has been a factor, I'm sure, for play this week, and it's going to be a little bit cooler conditions tonight, kind of like what we experienced the first couple of games of the season. Well, I hope so, and that heat, plays a role when you're having to play as many players as we play both sides of the ball. Thankfully, we're playing an opponent that has to do the same. Last week it was really difficult for us, especially in the third and fourth quarter with the effort the boys were given to have to do that both sides of the ball while coming off of a cramp. East Lawrence will be in the same boat, and this cool weather should help both teams to extend their players' abilities. Conditioning comes into play too, doesn't it? Oh, well, sure it does, and when you do as many reps as these guys did against an opponent like Brooks, and you felt pride kids put out, and if both teams, if we do that again tonight, there may be some cramps, but I think the weather's going to help knock some of those back. You're going to have pride in the program on both sides of the ball tonight too. That's right. It's fun. This season it was a big unknown. That's what's fun about coaching in general is every year you have a different group of DNA. What was last year's signature, this team's developing its own signature. And, that's what keeps the game fresh and exciting when waking up to a new challenge. And here we are halfway through the season already. It has flown by. Halfway through the regular season already. Yes, sir. Any report from the JV side of the ball tonight? They had a game canceled on them, but they've picked up Haleyville. They'll play them Monday. The JH played Oak Park Thursday night. Plenty of games. Both teams have an 8-game schedule, and they're doing really well. I think the program could be stabilized. It's going to be interesting to see this new region redraw that comes out pretty soon, and with the talent coming up, there could be some good days to continue to talk about. There is, and speaking of which, you never know how it's going to turn out, but you hear some things. It could be a major shakeup in Region 8.
There could be. Brooks is telling me they're going 4A, and Jimison's telling me they're going 6A. Russell's on the fence of going 4A. So you don't have any idea. Will they kick you to the Smith Lake crew, or will you go toward Huntsville? Who knows? But I know what we have coming up, and I know what we have now. So it's fun days right now.
What we got right now is East Lawrence.
That's correct.
All we got left to say now is go Big Red.
Thank you, David.
Benny, back to you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate Coach Dutton each week. And Marcia Terry, Century 21 Prestige Property, as far as sponsoring our weekly scouting report with Red Devil head coach Rich Dutton. We'll return with more of the King Gholston pregame show after this.
And speaking of John's Barbecue, I recommend the catfish.
Amen.
Catfish is very good tonight. Service is great. Hush pepper is good. It's always a good meal, and you won't leave hungry when you come back from John's Barbecue. Our pregame show, as I said, sponsored by the law firm of Kane Goldsmith in Walnut Street. Cecil Kane Trade Goldsmith, dedicated helping the people and institutions of Lawrence County. The firm provides legal counsel for all types of legal matters. If you've been injured or involved in a dispute, let Kane Goldsmith and his dedicated staff work to get you the justice you deserve. Local, proven, and trusted, that's Kane Goldsmith. For free consultation, the number is 974-1111. You can always log on to legal-cg.com. And, of course, no representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Here are the starting lineups. Mr. Jackie Birch, sir.
Thank you very much, Dave. For the visiting Eagles of East Lawrence, their starters tonight will be at running back, number 3, William Sherrill. Your quarterback, number 4, Hunter Letson. At fullback, number 6, White Fohner. Wide receivers, number 9, Isaiah Parham. And number 12, Tyler Flanagan. Across the line for the Eagles tonight will be 53, Andrew Curtis. Number 60, Samuel Menard. Number 66, Clayton Perry. 75, Don Martin. And 77, Dakota Hamilton. For you homestanding Devils of Lawrence County, their starters tonight on offense will be number 3, wide receiver, Chip Proctor. Number 5, Jacob Little at wide receiver. Your running back tonight, number 7, Brody Rain. And number 8, Jacob Gholston. And at quarterback, number 13, Austin Blankenship. Your tight end will be 44, Mason Lee. And across the line tonight for the Devils, at center, number 68 will be Dalton Hill. Right guard, 62, Brody Franks. Left guard, number 67, Colton Reeves. Right tackle, number 64, Sam Armstrong. And left tackle, number 70, Paul Logston.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That's the starting lineups for Lawrence County and East Lawrence. A nice inter-county contest. We're glad you're along with us. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with the kickoff. You're listening to 97.9 Sports. We've got East Lawrence across the way, Lawrence County right below us, getting ready to take the field. Here with the call, Mr. Benny Williams, sir.
Thank you very much. Glad you're along with us tonight for this inter-county clash. Across the way, the East Lawrence Eagles dressed out in white, top to bottom with the white helmets and the black trimmed in gold numerals. Red Devils out in black with red helmets tonight, another one of their many variations of uniforms that they have. And so tonight they've elected to go with the black uniform. So the Red Devils will be kicking off from right to left as we get this game underway. Other games tonight, Hatton is at Canville, Hubbard is at Woodville, Russell at Hartselle, Randolph at Ardmore, Athens at East Limestone, the Red Devils' opponent next week, Decatur at Lee, Brewer at Arab, Shoals Christian at Decatur Heritage, Fairview is at Priceville, and West Morgan is at Cherokee. How about that West Morgan Crawford County score last week? That was unreal.
And West Morgan definitely showing a lot of offense, aren't they?
Yeah, when the guy gains 426 yards rushing and your team loses, somebody's running the football, I'll tell you.
Need to have a talk with the defense.
I think so. Well, here's the Red Devils to kick off. They'll move on the ball and kick down to the near sideline, and up back will let it hit its fingertips go behind him, and then he'll grab it, and then down he'll go up at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go.
That's a good kick that time. That was high and down to about the 14-15. Hunter Hood doing the kickoff duty that time.
Coach, all the coaching staff would have to be very pleased so far this year with the kicking game, how it's continued to progress and come along compared to what it was in game one.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of improvement in the last 3 weeks.
So here are the Eagles, first down. Hunter Letson, the quarterback, got a sort of a double wing set. Now they'll shift out of it and send wide receivers to the far side and to the near side and leave Letson all by himself on first down. And here comes the rush. Letson running, and the ball could have been intercepted if the offensive player for East Lawrence had not gotten away with the Red Devil linebacker.
Yeah, Ty Strickland right there. And he was the closest man that had a chance to catch it.
Red Devil defensive end over on the other side had his ears pinned back and put a lot of pressure early on the quarterback from East Lawrence. That's going to be Colton Johnson, and he was coming. It'll be second down and 10 to go.
One thing I see different, Benny, the Devils are out in a 4-man line this week, and that's new this year.
Yeah, instead of a 3, they're down to the 4, and they're going to rush it again, and here's a handoff to the upback. And down he goes up to 25-yard line. That's going to be Will Sherrill, ball carrier. He'll gain back to the line of scrimmage. They say, good job there by, I believe that's going to be Gholston making the tackle. It'll be third down.
Well, and if he doesn't trip him up, he had a pretty good hold there.
Did. So let's see how the Eagles want to play this one, their first possession of the night. Third down and 10 yards to go from the Eagle 24-yard line. So here's Letson with 2 wides to the far side. East Lawrence, I think, is a man short. Letson kept counting across the line, and he kept coming up with 1 player short, so they will have to take a timeout. So time is out on the field. No score in the game here early from Red Devil Stadium. We'll be right back. Back at Red Devil Stadium, out of the timeout here, the Eagles 3rd and 10. Letson will ask for the ball. 2-step drop, shoots and fires over in the flat, and it's incomplete. And almost caught and almost intercepted 3 different times about the 34-yard line. And there comes the dog ball boy onto the field. And I don't know whose that is.
Well, I've seen him at the park a time or two.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
You go claim him?
Nope.
He's going all the way to the East Lawrence sideline. So third down. Fourth down, I should say. 4th and 10. Here's the snap back. Punt is away. That's a high climber that Chip Proctor, I thought, asked for a fair catch, and he did. Yeah. Then he took off running like he didn't, but I thought I saw the wing go up. And that's a nice punt into the Red Devil 48-yard line, 28-yard return, and no 28-yard punt, I should say, and no return. And the Red Devils will put the ball in play 1st and 10. Injuries around the Red Devil offense and defense tonight. So Brody Raines gets a call in the backfield along with Gholston. And here the Red Devils 1st and 10 with Blankenship up under center. And they're going to leave it with Raines, and he's looking for a little room, and he's across the 50, near side 45 and out of bounds. Well, Brody Raines with a nice run inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. 17-yard run, first play from scrimmage. And the Red Devils move the chains into the East Lawrence 37-yard line. 10:50 in first quarter, no score in the game if you're just settling in with us. It's the Red Devils and the East Lawrence Eagles. Here's the same look in the backfield, 2 wides, 1 each on the either side for the Red Devils. Raines and Gholston in the backfield, and they'll fake it. There's a crossbuck to Gholston. He made a living running this play last week against Brooks, and he dives all the way to the 1-yard line. He tried to get there and just couldn't. And that's that old cross-buck that they run for 1,000,000 years, where you fake it to the halfback and catch the other side running back coming in through the hole where the guard pulls.
Yep.
And that's a big 37-yard run.
Boy, he's something when he smells that goal line, Benny. His elbow legs just keep driving.
First and goal, Red Devils at the Eagle 1-yard line. Blankenship all 3 times under center. Here's Brody Raines still pushing the pile, and he's close to the line. Somebody hit him in the backfield and sort of stopped him, and still was able to move forward down to about the 1-yard line. So it'll be second and goal. I believe the guy that came in there and hit him that time was going to be Devin Wright, a junior. Here's the Red Devils. Second down goal to go. Raines and Gholston in the backfield. They're going to leave it with number 8, and he tries to cut back across the green, and I believe he's in. He is. So Gholston, Jacob Gholston with a 1-yard run, gives the Red Devils an early lead.
I would hate to have to stop Jacob Gholston from the 1-yard line. And he just keeps fighting and chugging and doesn't want to go down. And he's 6'2". You know, he's strong and long and just an awful tough running back.
Here's Perez, who's betting 1,000 nearly. Here's the flags down. You might have whistled that one dead. I believe East Lawrence got in the encroachment area. And they did. They're going to be fine and take the point, so just leave them right there.
Now they're going to mark it.
Yeah.
So what we saw last week, Brooks did this and then did it twice, and after getting the ball in on the half-yard line, I think Coach Dutton elected to go for 2. Here he's just going to stay with a 1.
We was talking about Gholston there a moment ago. His toughness Sunday afternoon after a game against Brooks where he had to be absolutely completely given out. Guess who was in the sand pile?
Well, he stayed there all summer. You know, back and forth, and we talked about that this year. And, you know, I go by there quite often. And, well, the dog has changed sides now, Denny. Here he comes back
to the near side. Yeah. Perez's extra point is good. We'll hold on to it right here. 9:49 in the first quarter. Red Devils lead at 7-0. 37-yard run by Gholston, a 17-yard run by Raines. And the Red Devils put it in the end zone and prepare to kick off again. Red Devils came into the Daily Power rankings, the number 5 ranked team in the North Alabama area. They're trying to add to that acknowledgement here early in the ball game. And here's a kick again, another nice one. This is going to be a little bit deeper into the 15. Here's East Lawrence going to throw the ball laterally, and it's behind the runner back there on the other side, and he's thrown down all the way back into the 16-yard line. Threw the ball completely across the field, a legal pass because it was behind the guy who threw it, but it just didn't work, Jackie, when you overthrow your receiver down on the other side.
Yeah, and that took a funny kick. East Lawrence fairly fortunate to get back on that one.
We used to play that a lot in the backyard.
Yeah, that's
rugby. Saying a lot rugby. Rugby toss. It did work one year for the Tennessee
Titans. I'll never forget watching that.
Sure did. So here's 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 16-yard line. High snap, and they hand it off to the first man through. I believe that's going to be Will Sherrill, and he'll get back to the line. That's about all. Good tackling on the inside. Tate Devaney, among others, and on the tackle.
I think I remember a couple of years ago, Miami might have beat Duke on the last play of the game, something like that. I believe that was the game.
Here are the Eagles.
They got way too many on the field.
One running back, and it snaps right through the wicket of the East Lawrence quarterback. He tries to run out of the end zone, and he's going to be tackled back there for a safety.
We do have a flag, Dan.
Yes, we do.
See if that's on these.
They might not have gotten everybody off the field and still may have had too many people on the field. I'm not sure they didn't, but we'll hold to say it's going to be holding against the Eagles. So that's going to be declined, I'm sure, and the Red Devils will get the benefit of the 2 points, and they will. So the safety will stand, and the Red Devils lead it 9-0 with 8:54 to go in the first quarter. Time is out on the field. We'll be back to Red Devil Stadium after this. After the safety, as we come back, East Lawrence will have to kick off from their own 20-yard line. They're going to punt it. Man, that guy's got a leg and a half. He shoots it right over Chip Proctor. He'll have to retreat, now come back and pick it up. Runs into the short side of the field, and there's a flag down. And that's going to be a block in the back, and the Eagles will make the tackle back at about the 30-yard line. That was a great kick. 7-yard return. And it'll be, let's see about the penalty now.
That's a block in the back, but the punt traveled about 55 yards in the air, maybe a tad over that, and that looked like one of those you see on Saturday or Sunday. I mean, it was high, and it turned over, and Chip was running wide open for quite a while trying to catch up to it, still couldn't.
Well, the Red Devils will get the whistle for 15, or 10 rather. Block in the back, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Red Devil 20-yard line. 9-0, Red Devils lead it.
It's a 60-yard field flip.
Yes, it is. I think it sort of caught the Red Devils by surprise, but that was one heck of a punt. Here's the Red Devils rolling right. Hutto in the ball game now. He's going to load up and fire, and went right through the hands of the intended receiver, Garrett Lee. Boy, that one was right on the money. That was a rope. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, if there's any fault with the way Ty threw that, it might have been just a little bit fast.
So the Red Devils will give Blankenship a rest on this session. And Hutto back out there out of the shotgun. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. He'll roll into the short side, step, fire. This one's low and outside and will be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down.
They kind of rushed that a little bit. Footwork wasn't really good. He had the man fairly open and kind of hung on through it and threw it a little bit low and outside.
So the Red Devils will go 3 wides on the far side on 3rd and 10. Hutto will one running back behind him, and he's going to roll to the right. He's going to set and fire into the flat, and he's got Gholston. And Gholston streaking down the far sideline, across the 40, 45 midfield, and finally pushed out of bounds.
Well, now we got 2 flags. We had one, now we got another one. They're gonna call Chip's block over there in the back, and it was close. And I'm not sure what the referee is called.
That's a 26-yard gain that's going to be nullified.
Okay, he may have just mirrored that, but it came quite a bit later.
The 2nd penalty now for 25 yards, and the old block in the back and holding continues to haunt the Red Devils. That was one of their undoings last week against Brooks that nullified 2 long touchdowns. And so the Red Devils net 1 yard out of all that. And it'll be 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. The Red Devils penalized 2 times for 20 yards now. Here's Hutto. Rolls to the left. Here comes a little pressure. Going to float one out here to Gholston. And he's got it on the little wiggle route. And he's running down the far side, and I don't think they'll catch him. And that is a 77-yard touchdown. Little wheel route, Jackie.
Yep. Yeah, I tell you, that was a great pass. Hutto was under a lot of pressure. He had to throw that a little bit quicker than he wanted to, and he had to throw it off his back foot. He just put a lot of air under it, and I really thought he'd probably overthrown Gholston, but he was able to stretch out and make the catch and keep his feet, and he was gone then.
Well, 15-0 with the point after coming. That's Perez, who we can't say enough good things about how consistent he is. Ball's on the tee, kick is away, and he's got it. 16-0. Red Devils lead it in the first quarter. We've got 8:04 to go, and we'll be right back.
Now they got it.
Back at Red Devil Stadium after a 77-yard pass on a 3rd and 8 play from Hutto to Gholston, and the Red Devils lead at 16-0 over the East Lawrence Eagles with 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. And, Jackie, that was a really nice pass and a really good catch back over the shoulder.
Yes, it was. And, again, we can't say enough good things about Jacob Gholston, and that was – he's more than just a bruising fullback when you see a play like that.
Here the East Lawrence Eagles, one of their upbacks will take the kickoff and return it up to about the 30-yard line. And that's where East Lawrence will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go. 7:56 to go in the first quarter. When the scores start floating through, we'll try to keep you abreast tonight of all the teams in the area. We are the first, you know. We're certainly going to beat the TV stations by a long way, that's for sure. Here's a quick snap as Letson will try to run it to the right side with a full line with nobody split, and he got popped, hit pretty hard on the near side by Ty Strickland, and he'll gain, well, actually he's going to lose 1 yard.
Well, they just put 10 men on the line of scrimmage, toe-to-toe, and
that might be where that 4th down lineman has come from. That's a penalty I failed to see. It's the first penalty of the night against East Lawrence. It's going to be of the 5-yard variety, and that'll move the ball back into the 25-yard line. Here's the Red Devils, first down, 15 yards to go. Snap back. East Lawrence trying to throw the ball, and the Red Devils just completely take him out. That's Tate Devaney all the way back into the 17-yard line.
Well, I don't know what the season stats are, but I'm going to take a wild guess Tate leads in sacks by quite a ways.
That's -6 on that play, and it'll be second down in about 21-2.
And you got to halfway feel sorry for Mr. Letson there, because I don't think anybody touched Tate Devaney.
No.
He barely had caught the snap before he was wrapped up.
Special hello to Trey Freeman tonight. I know you're listening, Trey, and we wish you every success in your recovery from knee surgery. Here's a little skinny post where they throw behind the intended receiver, that being East Lawrence, is intended for Isaiah Parham. And it'll be punting time for, or make that 3rd down for East Lawrence.
Yeah, he had an inside position there.
East Lawrence is 0 of 1 tonight on 3rd down. 16-0 Devils, and the Eagles are going to have to take their, whether it's just going to be the heat timeout.
No, I think they had
East Lawrence had to take one. So they take their second one. They have one left for this half. We'll take one with them. We'll be back to Red Devil Stadium in a moment.
Hi there, this is Dave Davis inviting you to join me for Solid Gold Weekend every Saturday morning at 7 on Classic Radio 97.9. For 2 hours, we play the best hits from the 60s and 70s. We also count down the top 5 songs from this week in a year from the 60s and 70s. And we talk to some of the legends who made rock and roll in our weekly Solid Gold Legends profile. It's Solid Gold Weekend, Saturday morning at 7, only on Classic Radio 97.9.
Hey, don't forget, we got Auburn Tiger football for you tomorrow as they take on Mississippi State. Kickoff at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll join the network at 2 for the 3-hour Tiger Tailgate Show. Kenny?
Here's 3rd down and about 21 for East Lawrence. Letson by himself with 3 wides into the Red Devil sideline. He'll look, going to float one over the middle. This ball is going to be caught, I believe, now dropped. Or was it incomplete? It's incomplete. Colton Johnson delivered the blow up at about the 37-yard line. That's a nice pass, Jackie.
Yeah,
and nearly a better catch.
Well, he had it for a while, and Colson and Chip Proctor kind of got there at the same time, and the ball just rolled out as he came down to the ground.
Here's punting time again. This is going to be Tyler Flanagan, a 10th grader, and I tell you, he can kick it. He stands at his own 9-yard line. Good snap. Got time. Got it out of there. Turns it over a little bit. Here's Chip from the 46. Down to the far sideline. Got running room as he freaks inside the 35 to the 30 and will dance out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. Here's another flag at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, another block in the back.
There's 2 more. So that's going to nullify 35-yard punt with a 30-yard return. And the Red Devils are going to catch another blocking in the back at the 39-yard line. That's a personal foul, they said. Personal foul, that's going to be a 15-yarder against the Red Devils. Dead ball. So there's 3 now for 35 yards. This walk-off should come from the 39-yard line. So they got 2 flags over there. They're still discussing. Let's see what we have. I don't think they've made the final recommendation yet. Have 1 flag at the 32, 1 at the 39. One of them gets picked up. And obviously they're going to take the one that creates the most negative yards. And it will be a 15-yarder against the Red Devils. All the way back into the 43-yard line. And let's hear from the official. Personal foul against the Red Devils is a call. So that nullifies a nice punt return, a 35-yard punt with a 30-yard return, which is going to turn out to be really a wash if you want to get down to it. So here's the Red Devils 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line, leading in the ball game 16-0. Blankenship back in the ball game. They're going to fake into the middle, and he's going to run the ball himself. First time he's held on to it, and he's got a lot of wheels inside the 20, inside the 15, and trips down inside the 5-yard line. Goes off in Blankenship, a 55-yard run. So the 3rd phase of the triple option has just been shown, and that's a big run by the Red Devil quarterback. A 55 yards right up the gut, Jackie. Good block.
Yeah, boy. I mean, he made a couple of moves, but nobody touched him until they tripped him up inside the 5.
So here's the Red Devils 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line. They're going to run a quarterback keeper. This is Blankenship. They're trying to push him in the end zone. Still no whistle, and he's not going to make it. Gets maybe down to the 1. We've discussed this new rule along several times, but I'm not much for the scrum football.
No, but that is, you see it all across at all levels.
Yeah, at every level. 2nd and goal. Red Devils have the ball inside the 1-yard line. Backs are split. Going to try Blankenship again, and this time he'll just back his way in the end zone. And it's a touchdown with 5:20 to go in the 1st quarter.
Good block right there by center, Dalton Hill. And, he pushed his man to the right, and Austin was able just to paw through the opening on the left side and just literally almost just fell in the end zone there.
22-0 Red Devils. Snap, ball, place, kicks, Perez, good. 5:20 to go in the 1st quarter. Your new score, Devils 23, East Lawrence nothing. We'll be back after this.
If you need your vehicle repaired right the first time and as quickly as possible, Southern Automotives is waiting for you behind Stop to Save Supermarket. Mark Naylor and his staff, Daryl, Chris, Cody, Landon, and Sheila will treat your vehicle like it's one of their own. Oil changes, engine replacements, brake work, tune-ups, and more. And don't forget, you can shop for tires while you're there too. Southern Automotives at the corner of Spring and Seminary in Moulton. 974-9954.
Red Devils overcome a personal foul penalty as Austin Blankenship runs it 55 yards to the 2-yard line and then does the rest of it himself, and the Red Devils lead it 23-0 as he scores from 1 yard out. Here the Red Devils with a line drive kick. Up back takes it at the 30, far side 35, and out to about the 37, 38-yard line. Right in front of the East Lawrence bench. Down he goes with a 17-yard return. Pretty good job over at Jackie on the return.
Yep.
I think it's Isaiah Parham again. He made a nice little run.
Well, he did a smart thing there. He caught the line drive and he didn't try to dance. He took advantage of the fact that he just lowered his head and run straight ahead. He's going to gain 15 or 20 yards.
The 5:09 go in the first quarter. Devils up 23-0. And here's Hunter Letson asking for the ball. He's got it. Cuts back behind one block. The Red Devils will run him down from behind. Somebody overran the play, I should say. That's going to be a good play by Tanner Hood, who came back to get the East Lawrence quarterback. And down he go at 40. I don't guess Trey Freeman is listening tonight unless he's got a radio in his ear, because I see him right down here on crutches. So take back whatever I said, but we were thinking about him. Let's put it that way. He'll hear it later. Okay. Second down, 8 yards to go. Here's Letson again, circling left in, got a little seam, got a first down up across midfield.
Got a flag.
And 2 flags. Holding will be the call, and it'll nullify the first down of the night for the East Lawrence Eagles. Holding has been the flavor of the year so far in the penalty world.
I will agree with you there. For us, against us, and everywhere else.
Yeah. That moves the ball back in the 31-yard line.
Well, you know, there's no saying. There's a lot of truth to it. You could call holding on every play just about.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough, long enough, by definition.
So the Eagles get their first down of the night nullified, and here they are, second and 15 at the 30. Here's a handoff to an up back, and he'll move through a little bit of a seam up to about the 35-yard line. And it'll be third down. 4 yards on the gain. The ball carrier at that time was Will Fohner.
A lot of new faces in the line right now for the Red Devils team.
Yep. Little Taylor out on the corners has still got their deep people out there. Here's Letson back, wants to throw, got his man, and he is hit and driven back at the line of scrimmage. One of those linebackers came in there and made a really nice tackle, and I think that's going to be Zach Sanders, if I'm looking at the right guy.
And Greer Alexander was also in there, but I think you're right that Zach Sanders probably made the initial hit.
So punting time for the Eagles.
Caleb Terry going to be back this time for the Red Devils.
There's a good snap. Eagles have got it. This one's sort of an end-over-end line drive that the Red Devils will watch go out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 33-yard punt by East Lawrence with no return. And the Red Devils will put the ball in play back at their own 31-yard line with 2:58 to go in the first quarter. 23-0 Devils.
Ty Hutto back in at quarterback.
you might see that alternation throughout this game.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
So here's Hutto. He's going to go 2 wide either way with a slot receiver over on the near side. He's all by himself in the backfield. Hutto's got the ball straight back. He's going to go deep down the near side. There's Chip Proctor, and he and the other Red Devil, who is going to be Garrett Lee, sort of ran into each other.
Yeah, they did. And I think the ball fluttered a little bit on Ty there, and it ended up 2 receivers. And I don't believe they were supposed to be that close together.
Chip in the slot, and Lee out on the outside, and like you say, the ball ended up right close to both of them. Here's a second down call, fake in the middle. There goes a little screen across the middle, and there's Chip Proctor with a first down, and then he'll go down up at the 43-yard line with a first down. Little look-in pass, little slant, if you will.
Yep.
Perfect timing. Proctor will come out of the ball game. I think they'll send Taylor back in. So here's Hutto. First down, 10 yards to go from the Red Devil 44. Fakes into the middle. Now here comes pressure. Now he'll stand and he'll fire, and he's got Jacob Little, I believe, into East Lawrence territory at the 44-yard line.
That's a good job right there by Hutto. Wasn't up there initially, and he got flushed out to the right, and didn't panic, stayed patient, and found Jacob on the sideline for a first down.
Red Devils' 5th first down of the ball game. Here's 1st and 10, Red Devils at the East Lawrence 45. Rolling back. Here's Hutto again, looking, going to go long. Red Devil receiver came back to the ball and then dropped it. Good job by Caleb Taylor of making an adjustment while the ball's in the air, and he might have overrun it just a little bit, but it was a catchable ball back at the East Lawrence 29-yard line.
Well, it hit him right between the 9 right there in the end, but he did make a very good adjustment. And I think his eyes has already turned back downfield to see which way to go after he caught it.
2nd and 10, Red Devils have not run the ball with Hutto in the ball game. He's thrown every down, if memory serves me correct. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. So here's Hutto asking for the ball, short side. He'll set up, fire into the flat, and he's got a man, I believe, at the 38-yard line.
Garrett Lee.
There's a pass complete to Lee, and it'll be 3rd down.
They're going to say he was out of bounds.
Okay.
I think what you may be looking here is a little bit of work on maybe a 2-minute offense or
let's see if the Red Devils go into this wide side of the field, which would be to Hutto's left here on 3rd and 10. Red Devils have not punted the ball tonight. Look out for Gholston. He's in the slide over there, and there he goes on that wheel route, but they're going to go the other way this time, and this ball is going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Good defense back there by Hunter. I believe that's quarterback Hunter Letson was able to get a hand on it because Red Devils looked like they had that one. Taylor streaking down the far sideline, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's a good pass. He had it in his hands. He just let Mr. Letson reach up and pulled it out.
Here's Jacob Little to punt the ball. It'll be the first punt of the night for LC. As East Lawrence runs a single receiver back to the far end. That's Omar Napier back at about the 15-yard line. Minute 52 to go in the first quarter. 23-0. Red Devils lead it if you're just joining us. Here's Little rolling to the left, and he's going to kick it and get it almost inside the 25, and it will roll into about the 21-yard line.
It hit a Red Devil there, Benny. I'm not sure. It looked funny.
It did. It almost had a little backspin to it when it hit. Tate Devaney was right there and had to almost look the ball over his shoulder to keep from running into it.
They're going to say it did hit one because they're going to mark it up to 25.
Yeah. Thought I saw somebody's beanbag go down up at the 25, so that's the case. So here the Eagles 1st and 10 at their own 25. We play under 2 minutes here in the first quarter played. So here's Letson asking for the ball. Here's a little delay by the Eagles, and down will go the runner. That's Will Sherrill. He might have a yard. Sort of a little reverse, if you will. Sort of one step to the left and back to the right. And when he turned back to the right, he found Sam on make that Tate Devaney waiting on him. So it'd be second down and 9. Clock on the run. 1:05 to go in the first quarter of play. 6 seconds on the play clock. East Lawrence going to have to hurry up. 3-2. I don't think they'll get it away, and they did not get it away. They're going to stop play, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. And then move the ball back into the 20-yard line. So that'll make it 2nd and 14 with 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A little early for some of our scores to be coming through yet, but we'll get them to you as soon as we get them. Here's 23-0 Red Devils. So here's Letson with the ball. He'll leave it with his running back, and down he'll go in the backfield. Good job by the Red Devils. Ty Fohner.
Dalton Hill, Ty Fohner.
Left over there with their running back, K.J. Welch. But the Red Devils had him dead to rights back in the backfield. That's a -6 on that play. And that'll move the ball back into the East Lawrence 15-yard line. 21 seconds on the play clock, 23 seconds on the scoreboard clock down to my right. So East Lawrence will have to get one more play off here in the first quarter. Here's Letson asking for the ball. He's got it, shoots it over the middle, and this ball's incomplete. Intended, I believe, for Will Fohner. And that will end the first quarter play. Time is out on the field as first quarter play comes to an end. And the Red Devils lead it by a score of 23-0 over East Lawrence. We'll break 1 minute, and we'll be back to Red Devil Stadium.
Tigers.
Oh, my goodness! Oh, my God!
The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Kerryon Johnson keeps it way up the middle with the touchdown.
Live coverage from Jordan-Hare Stadium begins at 2 p.m.
Now we're starting to play the football that we all knew we could. That's big time.
Saturday on your home for Auburn football.
And brought to you locally by Bank Independent, the Birch Agency, and Bobby Birch, First South Farm Credit, Dr. Ken Seal, Jerry Carroll and State Farm Insurance, Steve's Discount Drugs, and by a host of local Auburn boosters.
This is Rod Bramlett, voice of the Auburn Tigers, and you're listening to the place for live sports in Lawrence County. Classic Radio 97.9 WALW.
Hey, if you're hungry for a Swamp John's dinner, the American Legion Post 25 will be sponsoring one. Foodland parking lot, that'll be on Tuesday. That's next Tuesday, October 3rd, from 4 until 7 p.m. All proceeds benefit the American Legion Post 25 here in Moulton. Choose some chicken, fish, shrimp, or a combination plates this Tuesday. Foodland parking lot, 4 to 7. Benny?
Funny time for East Lawrence as the second quarter begins. As they listen fourth and about 20, 21 yards to go. Jalen Taylor back on the East Lawrence side of the 50. Low snap. And we got to stop it and play. Either movement or somebody offside. We'll see which one.
That may have been fortunate for East Lawrence there.
It would be a 5-yard walk-off against the Eagles. Legal procedure to be their fifth penalty for 25, fourth penalty for 25 yards, I should say. So now at the goal line. There's a good snap this time. Got it out of there. This one off the side of his foot. And it's going to be taken by an upback and then hit immediately by the East Lawrence Eagle. I think that's going to be Nathan Hamilton. Made a good play. As two Red Devils both standing there waiting on the ball. And Hamilton made a nice play. 30-yard punt, no return for the East Lawrence punter. So the Red Devils will start play at their own at the East Lawrence 36-yard line. And the Red Devils continue to alternate quarterbacks. This is going to be Blankenship in the ball game. At the 36-yard line. He's back. Low snap. Here comes the rush, and down he goes. First sack of the night. And a good job by Devin Wright. Red Devils had a little problem last week with a low snap out of the shotgun, and here's another one where Blankenship has to go down and reach for the ball, Jackie, and it sort of throws everything out of gear.
Yeah, it does, and like I said, his head's downfield on the receiver. And, he didn't roll back there, but he just wasn't able to catch it clean.
About a 9-yard loss on the play. Second and 19. Another low snap. Roll out Blankenship. Now he'll tuck it and come to the near sideline. 40, lower his shoulder into the 35, and move forward into the 31-yard line. So Austin Blankenship makes a good play, a 13-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, it's a good pickup there. Made something out of not much.
Yep.
They'll bring up 3rd and 6, I believe.
Here's the Red Devils at the East Lawrence 32-yard line. See how they want to play this one. They'll go 3 wides on the other side of the field. Blankenship low snap again. Going to throw a little bubble screen out there to get to Gholston. And he's in the open field with a blocker. And there's another flag. There's another flag. And frankly, I didn't see that one.
I think it might be a hole.
It's going to be a hole for sure. It's a touchdown, but it's coming back.
Yeah, it was a hole.
At the 21-yard line.
Behind the ball.
It's going to be the 4th penalty for 45 yards, and that is going to do away with a nice 37-yard touchdown.
And a first down, or well, it will bring up another third down.
Right. So it turns out to be almost a wash again. Couldn't be more than a yard penalty after being the spot foul. That's how far down the field the penalty happened. So the Red Devils again are looking at 3rd. In fact, Jack, they might have gained a yard.
I think they did gain a yard. I think we're going to call that 3rd and 5.
10-12 to go in the first half here from Red Devil Stadium. 23-0 Devils leading. So here's Blankenship on the 3rd down. East Lawrence loading up. He's going to do a little screen, and this ball is intercepted. Coming back to the near side, and the Eagles have got blockers in the middle, and the Red Devils will run down the interceptor. It's going to be Will Sherrill all into the Red Devil 30-yard line. That's going to be a 42-yard interception return.
Well, props to Jacob Gholston, because only through determination, he was the only one that had a chance to catch it. And Devils run a screen, and Will Sherrill smelled it out, and he was standing there waiting on the ball. And Coach Graham called him quarterback now.
The thing about it is, Jackie, they had a screen situation because East Lawrence had sent everybody.
Yep. And Lawrence County likes to run screen.
Yep.
And had just run one for a touchdown this callback.
So the Eagles with their best field position of the night. Here's Letson shoots one out in the flat, got a receiver out there, and down he'll go as he approaches the 25-yard line. Levi Barnes on the receiving end, and that's going to be about an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2. Good pass that time by Letson.
Got a few scores coming in, Benny. In the second quarter, Athens leads East Limestone 14-3. Danville leads Hatton 20-6. Hearts of Law over Russell 30-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Second down and 2. Here's Letson going to run the ball. Red Devils got him by the jersey, and he'll gain a yard. That's just Colton Johnson had him by the jersey and drug him down short of the mark. It'll be third down and a yard and a half. Arts are taking it easy on Russell now, right?
Yeah, they are.
Here's third and a yard and a half. So now East Lawrence wants to play this. One running back by Letson, and he's going to run behind the blocker. Tries to bounce it to the outside and cannot.
He's going to lose the yard there.
That's going to be Red Devils play that one really well over there on the far side. I think that's going to be Brody Franks. Am I right?
I think so.
In fact, it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards on the play. It'll be fourth down. So the Eagles obviously going for it on fourth down and about 3 at the Red Devil 24-yard line. Here's Letson. Red Devils move, but they have no encroachment, I don't think.
Yeah, they threw a flag.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll be the first down of the night for East Lawrence. Field penalty for 50 yards against the Red Devils. That moves the ball into the 19-yard line. So the clock running again at the 8-minute mark of the first half. No heat timeouts tonight, and rightfully so. So here's Letson, high snap, rolling to his right. Red Devils trying to turn him back to the inside, and they do. And Chip Proctor will bulldog him down at the 24-yard line.
Don't lose 2 on that one, Dick.
Yep.
They do a good. Devil's doing a good job of stringing that outside run out, and he's just got nowhere to turn up and find a hole.
So it'll be second down. We'll call it 12 at the Red Devil 23, 24-yard line. 23-0 Red Devils. Slot receiver to the near side. And they're going to throw it that way. Little skinny post, and there's a little opening, and it's a touchdown. So the East Lawrence Eagles found a little seam, and on the receiving end is Will Fohner, and that's a touchdown for East Lawrence.
That's a great pass and a good route, and well, he hit him on the dead run there as he was headed right up the seam there.
That's 23 yards pass and catch for the TD. And let's see who'll kick the extra point.
He's number 62.
Yeah, it's going to be Clayton Perry. So Clayton Perry to kick the extra point for East Lawrence. There's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is away. High enough. Long enough. He's got it. You new score. Red Devils 23. East Lawrence 7. 6:53 to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
At Alpha Insurance, their goal is to be your MVP. That's most valuable protection. And that means saving you money on home, car, and life insurance and providing championship service from their helpful hometown team. And you'll see why Alpha consistently ranks among the top insurance companies in the Southeast for customer satisfaction. In Moulton, Alpha Insurance agents Danny Whitman or Holly Cornelius can be reached at 974-1166 or just stop by their office at 740 Seminary Street right here in Moulton.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, the All-Star Ticks halftime show recap the first half, plus this week's edition of Inside the AHSAAs. Coming up at halftime.
Eagles to kick off after the touchdown. They're going onside kick it, and the Red Devils got on it, I think, at 49-yard line. So a little trickeration on the part of the East Lawrence Eagles. but the Red Devils will cover the ball at 49. I don't know who he was, but one of the Red Devils had already
took off backwards,
and his feet fell out from under him, and he had to cover the ball up at the last minute. So good job by him. So we'll go back with Hutto at quarterback on this series. First down, 10 yards to go from the Devil 49. The Red Devils continue to throw out of this formation, and they don't. There's flag. Going to be Brody Raines with a good run, but come on back. And he's looking right dead at the Red Devils and trying to explain why number 68 held somebody. So that'll be a spot foul from the line of scrimmage. So once again, the holding call is alive and well.
There'll be a chop block here, Bill.
Yeah.
And that was probably why he went over and was having a conversation with him. And that's just simply when one man is engaged with a defender and the second man comes in below the waist.
Yep.
That's considered a chop block, and they deem to be dangerous.
And that's a 15-yard penalty.
It is.
Back into the 34-yard line.
You can block below the waist all day, but you can't do it if somebody else is already blocking that man.
So the Red Devils in a big hole, first and 25. And here's a stoppage in play. And the Red Devils want a timeout, I think. Am I correct on that? Yes. They will take their first one. Score, Red Devils 23, East Lawrence 7. David?
Yeah, attention hunters, your Lawrence County Exchange has all the things you need to get that trophy buck this season. Now, corn's expensive again this year, so you can try the Big Buck Blend 16-point deer feed with the irresistible scent. If you're still working your deer plots, don't forget the co-op's special clover and grain mixes and the fertilizers and lime you need as well. They got spreaders, vests, mineral blocks, supplements, boots, and more. It's all at your Lawrence County Exchange, Moulton and Cortland. Make this year your best hunting season ever. That's the co-op, Moulton and Cortland, sir.
Jackie, I think that was a discussion timeout as Coach Dutton is having a conversation with the lead official.
Yeah, I think I just want to make sure they understand what the
rule is.
I don't think that was a call. That's not an argument call.
No, that was a discussion call. So here's first and 25 again. 3 wides to the far side. Here's Hutto, and Red Devils had a tackle move that time.
Yeah.
So this is getting real ugly in a hurry. 7 penalties for 70 yards now against the Red Devils.
Well, you call that 70 yards. If you counted the yards that they had not gained because of a couple of penalties, that would be
about 200.
on that side.
Yeah, we don't ever get into that about what yardage was caused by the penalties.
Yeah.
I know last week it was a 95-yard one with one, was netted out to be about 85. So it goes on and on. So here's the Red Devils. First down in a long, long way. Bubble screen to the far side, and it's going nowhere. Clark will play that pretty well. And still having trouble in the backfield, and down he'll go way back. Going to be Malik Strickland.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take coachy losses and
go on. That's minus 17 on that play. Sometimes you can bounce one too many times, and might as well just tuck your head, take the loss, and see if you can get it back on the next play. Line of scrimmage, the Red Devil, 18-yard line. Running backs on either side of Hutto. Back, wanting to throw, going to shoot a throwback screen, and it's a little bit high, and it's incomplete, intended for Gholston. They might have had a little something going on that play, but I don't think so. It'll be third down.
I tell you, the Eagles had a man right there. They're looking for the screen. And best I can tell is 40 yards for the first down, 39 or 40.
Here's Hutto under center. Going to run a delay to the near sideline. There goes Gholston up the near side, and he's got a block. And he's running down the near side, and he might go all the way after the stiff arm. Are there any flags? I don't see any, and that's going to be an 82-yard run, 83.
Well, he stiff-armed 3 different men there, Benny, and I was not thinking he was going to get a first down. And they had 2 defenders there to stop him probably 8 or 10 yards short of the first down. And he was able to stiff-arm both of them and carried on in.
What a nice job. There were a couple of defenders for East Lawrence, and all they could do is olay him. As strong as he is, they just pushed him away and kept running, and that's a nice run. That's a 3rd run tonight for 121 yards, 2 touchdowns on 3 rushes on the evening. 30-7, Red Devils lead it. We'll be right back.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm, because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and the not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Jones in Moulton at 974-0634.
Don't forget, coming up, someone needs to call Jay Jeffcoat and let him know we may be late. But scheduled for 10 o'clock tonight, the AHSAA High School Football Scoreboard Show, getting you up to date on all the out-of-region play throughout the state tonight at 10 o'clock, sir.
So here are the Devils to kick off. Save on the ball. This is a line drive, sort of a skipper picked up. Coming to the near sideline is one of their upbacks. And down he'll go. It's a 35-yard line. That's going to be Ethan Standridge. He took exception to the tackle outside. So here's East Lawrence, 1st and 10. They'll mark the ball at the 36-yard line. It's a 10-yard return for East Lawrence. 5:05 to go in the first half. Jackie, anything floating through?
Well, Danville scored again. They now lead Hatton 27-6. And at halftime, Athens is up on East Limestone 21-3. I think there's a few teams off tonight, or there not being some of them that played in what they call week 0, Austin being one of them. And so the
Devils are going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. That's 15 yards back into, or make it East Lawrence, 15 yards back into the 21-yard line. Their 5th penalty for 40 yards. It's not a dead ball foul, so they're going to reset the chains over on the far side. So here's the Eagles, 1st and 10 from their own 21. Inside handoff. Trying to run the far side, making a pretty nice run out there. It's going to be Will Sherrill. Boy, he's chopped down over there by the Red Devils. Ty Fohner, I believe, among others.
He broke about 3 or 4 tackles there, Benny, to lose 2. He was in deep trouble in the backfield there, but made a pretty good run.
They get down in 12 for East Lawrence. 30-7, Red Devils. As we approach the 4-minute mark of the first half play. Letson straight back, pumps once, fires, complete, got a man, has good inside position, and down he'll go with the first down up at the 40-yard line. That's a good job by Standridge, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, the Devils are playing a press man and zero safety, cover zero on that play. And so, East Lawrence is going to run the slants and take a chance to hit it.
Really good job. Good pass that time by Hunter Letson. He put that right on the money. For 1st and 10, that's the second first down of the night, a 22-yard pass and catch. And here the Eagles first down from their own 40-yard line. And as they come to the line, we got to stop and play.
Too much time.
Yep, delay a game. That's the second time tonight East Lawrence has been whistled for that one. So now that's 6 penalties for 45 yards. And that makes the new line of scrimmage the 36-yard line. Is there a siren downstairs or am I missing?
I think that's part of the theater section.
Here's Letson, going to go long down there. This ball's going to be caught on the dead run all the way into the 30-yard line. The Devils had defenders down there, but that's a good play and a good catch by Will Fohner.
Yeah,
28 yards.
He's putting the ball on the money. And, good coverage. But, again, this single coverage. And
Lamar Eccles down there. With a good play and a better pass.
Yeah.
Excellent pass.
That's probably the best pass of the night, either side.
So that's 31-yard line. Here come the East Lawrence Eagles. First down, 10 yards to go. Rolling to the right. There goes Letson, and he's going to be pulled down from the backside. One of the Red Devil linebackers. Yep. Shot the gap.
Shot the gap, and read the play, recognized it quickly, and shot straight through, and tackled him for a 3-yard loss.
2nd and 13. 237, 236. East Lawrence with one timeout, according to my book. Second down, 13 yards to go. Here's Letson back, up, shoots into the flat, got a man. A good defense by the Red Devils that time.
Yeah,
pass is complete.
Dalton Hill out playing linebacker and covering on the sideline in pass coverage.
So here come the Eagles. They're 0-5 on third down. Here they look at 3rd and 10. And 55 going the first half of play here from Red Devil Stadium. They go from the near sideline. Thought we might make it tonight without seeing a police car, but there goes one. 3rd and 10. Back. Here comes the pressure. Letson really got hit.
Oh.
His ball's intercepted.
Dropped it.
Chip Proctor had him. But the Red Devils really had the heat on Letson that time. He comes a little bit slow. That's Tate Devaney. Leading the charges on one side, and I don't know who got him on the other. I think that very well might have been Zach Sanders again. Those two sort of converged at the same time. So it'll be 4th down. Incomplete pass. Clock is stopped at the minute 33. So the Eagles will go for it on 4th and 10. One running back to the right side of Letson. He might be checking off. Rolling to the right. Cocks his arms. Going to go deep. This ball's going to hang up in a hurry. And it's knocked down. Incomplete. Triple coverage down there. And we got a flag?
Nothing the quarterback, I'm going to guess. Yep.
Well, the Red Devil penalty bug continues to bite them. That's going to be a first down.
If it's roughing, yes.
I'm saying it's roughing. That's going to be the 4th first down of the night for East Lawrence.
Yep.
That's personal foul roughing. And it'll be an automatic first down. So you got them stopped, and then you get a roughing penalty on the back side of it.
the only penalties that bring an automatic first down are the 3 roughing penalties.
Right. So that'll give the East Lawrence Eagles new life with a first down all the way into the 16-yard line. And it'll be first down there with a minute 22 to go in the first half. 30-7. East Lawrence trying to mount a pretty nice drive here. And they have it first and 10 at the Red Devils 16. Here's Letson. Rushes on from the backside, and down he'll go. It's the Red Devils' relentless Nathan Alexander from the backside. Will make the tackle. That's going to be a -2. That'll move the ball back out to the 20-yard line. Under 1 now to play, Jackie.
Yeah.
East Lawrence still got a timeout, according to me, to give.
Yes.
I don't want to play this one this week. Play toward 45 seconds when they snap this ball. Second down and 12. East Lawrence slow getting people settled out there. He's back. Here's Letson coming. Go shoot a little screen out there, and a good play by the Red Devils.
Again, Dawson Hill there from his
Hill.
linebacker position.
Yeah.
East Lawrence will burn their timeout.
That will be their third and final timeout. That's a loss on the play. And when we come back, it'll be 3rd and 13 for East Lawrence with 29 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
Locally owned and operated, Brewers Heating and Air Conditioning has proudly served this area with the finest in heating and air conditioning for over 39 years. Are you building a new home? Remodeling a home? You can trust Norman, Chad, and all the folks at Brewers Heating and Air. Free estimates, available financing, and if you need service, even after hours, they've got you covered there too. Your headquarters for quality American Standard heating and air conditioning is Brewers Heating and Air right here in Moulton. 974-9204.
Auburn Tigers, Mississippi State Bulldogs tomorrow. Kickoff at 5 o'clock. Get you ready for the game beginning at 2 o'clock on 97.9 with the Tiger Tailgate Show. Scores from across the Southeastern Conference and more tomorrow beginning at 2 o'clock. Benny?
3rd and 13 here with 29 seconds to go. Eagles with the ball. Here's Letson back. Going to throw in the flat on a penalty play. It's complete. This one might come back. It might be a hold. Back in the holding world at about the 16-yard line, I'm thinking. They're going to respot the ball. Spot foul from the 16-yard line. It's going to be 5 yards. So it's not going to be a hold. Illegal receiver downfield.
Okay.
A 7th penalty for 50 yards. Red Devils have got 8 for 85 so far in the ball game. So East Lawrence will replay the down, now 3rd and 15, back at the Red Devil 21-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the near side. 2 over on the other side. Letson's got everybody settled, and he finds himself in the backfield. Here comes a rush. He's going to have to dodge some people, and down he'll go. So the Red Devils converge. Leading the way in there is going to be Cameron Terry.
And then they're going to try to get a snap off, but I don't believe they're going to get lined up.
That's going to do it. That's going to end the first half of play right there. The Red Devils will take a 30-7 lead into the locker room over the East Lawrence Eagles. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the All-Star Ticks halftime show. This is Red Devil football on 97.9 Sports.
This is the LCHS Red Devil Football Halftime Report on Classic Radio 97.9.
The East Lawrence Golden Eagle Band entertaining the folks here on the home side of Red Devil Stadium by a score of 30-7 here in the first half. To begin the game, looked like Lawrence County was going to do just about anything they wanted to against this young, rebuilding Golden Eagle team, but they've really shown some resilience, East Lawrence has, coming back and moving the ball, completing some passes, and putting some points on the board. That's where we stand right now, 32-7. You tuned in to the All-Star Ticks halftime show. All-Star Ticks and Mr. Willie Allen. That's all you need to know when you need a ticket for an upcoming event. Of course, he does sporting events. That's his thing. But there's also concerts, Broadway plays, and more. Across town or across the country, anywhere in the good old USA. He wants to take care of all your ticket needs because if it's a ticket, they can get it. And all major credit cards are accepted. All-Star Ticks and Willie Allen, your ticket headquarters, 256-566-0005. And they're also on Facebook. You can look them up. Hey, you enjoy your trip. They will handle your ticket needs. That's All-Star Ticks. Don't forget, as I said, coming up after tonight's game, we've got this week's edition of the AHSAA halftime show. Teams throughout the state playing outside the region here at the midway point of the regular high school football season. Jay Jeffcoat and the crew will be giving you highlights and scores, all classifications throughout the state. Comes up at 10 o'clock tonight, brought to you by Pepsi-Cola of Decatur and Greg's Ambulance Service. 30-7 our score. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with more. You're tuned in to the All-Star Ticks halftime show. We're back in 2. Now, at this particular point in time in the All-Star Ticks halftime show, it's time for this week's edition of Inside the AHSAA. Stick around. We've got more coming up later. We thank the fine folks of the AHSAA to supply us with that every week. Kind of gives you a different perspective on high school sports in other parts of the state. 30-7 there's a score. You tuned in to the All-Star Ticks halftime show. Here with a little bit of the scoring recap from the first half. Here's Mr. Jack Burke, sir.
All right, thank you very much, David. The Devils started quick tonight as they kicked off and held East Lawrence to 3 and out, and took them about 3 or 4 plays to score. Ended up being a 1-yard run for Jacob Gholston after he had a long run down to the 1-yard line. And the PAT was good, and that brought us to 7-0. And less than a minute later, East Lawrence had a bad snap, forced the safety, made it 9-0. And 50 seconds after that, on the third down play, Ty Hutto with 8:04 to go in the first quarter hit Jacob Gholston on a beautiful 77-yard wheel route. PAT was good, made it 16-0. And then with 5:20 to go in the first quarter, Austin Blankenship, after breaking a 55-yard run to get down to the 1-yard line, he was able to score on the 1-yard push and made the cross score to 23-0. And then the second quarter with 6:53 to go, Letson hit Fohner with a 23-yard pass after an interception that East Lawrence had forced, and PAT was good, made it 23-7. Then with 5:14 to go in the half, on a third and long play, I think we figured it was third and 39 or 40, third or 40, and Jacob Gholston with a beautiful run and stiff arming 2 or 3 defenders down the sideline and went for 83 yards. And again, the PAT by Tony Perez was good as he ended up 4-4 in that half and brought us to our halftime score of 30-7. Some team stats. Lawrence County was 2 out of 5 on third down conversions. East Lawrence was 0 for 7 first downs. East Lawrence was 4 in Lawrence County with 8. Penalties were a huge part of the game, both sides. Lawrence County flagged 8 times for 85 yards. East Lawrence 7 times for 50 yards. And Lawrence County was intercepted once that led to the East Lawrence touchdown.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Looking at some of the rushing and passing yardage and offensive output for East Lawrence, much better in the air than on the ground. In the air, they were 7 of 14 for 85 yards in the touchdown. On the ground, Red Devils pretty much taking care of business. They were 16 carries for a net negative 42 yards, so that gave East Lawrence 43 yards total offense in the first half. For LC, 201 on the ground, led by a very efficient Jacob Gholston in the first half. He rushed the ball 3 times for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, so that's not too bad. Range had 18 yards. Blankenship, 5 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown, which gave the Red Devils 201 on the ground. Passing, total of 85 yards, 3 out of 12, including a touchdown, a big 77-yard touchdown pass as well, which gave the total amount of output for the Red Devils on offense of 286. But East Lawrence showed a little bit of life toward the latter part of the second quarter. We'll see what the third quarter holds. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with third quarter action. This concludes the All-Star 6 halftime show. We'll be back in 30.
This has been the LCHS Red Devil Football Halftime Report. Stay tuned. The second half is about to get underway on Classic Radio 97.9.
Welcome you back to Red Devil Stadium. Next week, Red Devils back on the road for a pretty important region game as we head to East Limestone to take on the Indians. Always tough, especially playing at East Limestone, so be sure to be with us next week. Kickoff 7 o'clock. Pre-game show begins at 6:40. Red Devils in their black uniforms. To my left, here comes East Lawrence. Here with the call, Mr. Benny Williams, sir.
Thank you very much as we get ready for the second half play. 30-7. Red Devils lead it, and they'll get the football back down to our left as Chip Proctor stands all alone down at his own 15, 20-yard line somewhere in there. So we're about ready to get this one underway. Red Devils are sort of leaning toward an onside kick.
I got 10 in the box.
Yep, 10 in the box from the 40 to the 50, so let's see if that, in fact, is going to be the case. Now they're going to kick it away, and the Red Devils, Chip Parker, runs up on it. Now looking for a little blocking help. Coming to the near side, he has the ability to turn the jets on, and he's going to be spun down and hit hard. And here comes the flag down way after the play out in the middle of the field. Blocking in the back, Red Devils. So we're going to start out like we finished. That's going to be 9 penalties for 100 yards now for the Red Devils. And that's a block in the back, and the play was over to the near sideline, way away from everything. So that'll move the ball back into the 21-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. So he'll come out personnel-wise to start the second half. Going to go with Blankenship, Gholston in the backfield, or Gholston in the slot. Brody Raines in the backfield, I should say. And they're going to leave it with Raines, cutting to the right side. And now he's going to almost be thrown down, and now here's another block. Yes, he will go down at the 25-yard line.
Well, I hope that's a face mask. They bulldog him down with a face mask, and the official just didn't see it, and the line judge did. So, yeah, it is indeed a face mask.
So that'll mark from the 24-yard line, and that's not going to be the 5-yard variety either.
No, he was pulled down by it. So.
8 penalties for 65 yards gives the Red Devils a first down and moves the ball out to the 39-yard line. So first and 10 Devils from their own 39 as we settle in here in the third quarter. One wide receiver each way, otherwise 2 running backs each side of Blankenship. Another low snap. He has to pick the ball up and run for his life, and down he'll go at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of 2. Good play in there by Devin Wright for the East Lawrence Eagles. So it'll be second down, 11 yards to go. Red Devils moving from left to right here in the third quarter. There's the snap. Leavitt will range. Treads a little water, cuts back inside the block, and will be rolled forward up to about the 43-yard line. That'll be about a 4-yard gain, and it will be third down.
3rd and 6. Just an old-fashioned stretch play there. Kind of slowly following his blocks and looking for a seam to cut up in.
There's third down for the Red Devils from their own 43-yard line. Trips to the right. Blankenship up under center, and he's going to roll to the right, throw back to the left, and there goes the Red Devils running down the far side. Mason Lee, it's a foot race, tries to make one man miss, and finally goes down all the way into the 8-yard line. So they found everybody sleeping, and Mason Lee gets them for 49 yards.
Well, he just lined up on the left side as a tight end, and they had trips to the right. And Austin just opened his shoulders up looking to the right and turned around and threw back. And there was just no linebacker, not anybody there.
No, nobody home.
Free safety had to run him down from all the way across the field.
So it'll be first and goal at the 9 for the Red Devils. That's a 49-yard throwback screen, if you will, to Mason Lee.
I think what you had is a linebacker. When he saw the quarterback open his back up, he came.
Here's a power formation for the Devils, and Austin Blankenship's going to run it right up the middle and try to bulldog his way in the end zone, and he does. So Austin Blankenship from 9 yards away gives the Red Devils a 36-7 lead. Little quarterback draw, and somebody hit him about to 2, and he just took him in the end zone with him. So 9:24 to go here in the third quarter. And Perez is point after is on the way and good. Devils lead it by 30. 37-7. We'll be back. Well, a couple of big plays, one of them being the pass to Mason Lee and then a 9-yard touchdown run for Austin Blankenship. And the Red Devils come out of the locker room and put 7 on the board and lead it 37-7 over East Lawrence. Here are the Devils to kick the ball. 3 deep back for East Lawrence. There's a line drive, and it will almost sail over the head of the last guy for East Lawrence, but he'll pick it up, come back up to field 20, and go down at about the 26, 27-yard line. 17-yard return, and a good job by the young man from East Lawrence. That's Isaiah Parham, who's had a good game for the Eagles. It'll be first and 10. Next week, Red Devils will be over in Limestone County, the East Limestone Indians. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:40 from East Limestone.
Big game next week.
Yeah, it's a big game.
Wise.
So here's 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Letson leaves it with his running back, and they got a different running back in the ball game. That's going to be Clayton Perry. Clayton tied in the first half, and they're going to let him run the ball here a little bit in the second half, and he'll gain a couple of yards, I should say. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Not often you see a tailback wear 62.
No, but very often.
I can't remember the last time I saw it, but
you are seeing it tonight.
I see it. I see it.
Running backs either side of Letson. They're going to leave it with the other side now. And that's a gain of about 5 yards.
And that's number 51.
Yep. Nathan Hamilton. So they put the
beef in the backfield.
Beef in the backfield. It'd be 3rd and 2.
And he got one down with a cramp.
Yep, sure does. Right at about the 37-yard line.
And let's give a little love to our LCHS volleyball team while we've got a second here. Been ranked number 1 in the state in 5A for the past couple of weeks. They had a good day yesterday. Defeated Russellville 3 times, 25-16, 25-11, and 25-18. So volleyball team got it going on, guys.
They do.
They're playing awful well. Ty Hutto has done a wonderful job with them for who is getting close to 20 years. I hate to say that, Robert, but it's been quite a team that she's had here.
3rd down and 1.5 for East Lawrence, and they're going to run Hamilton, and the Red Devils smell that one out. And down he goes in the backfield as the linebackers fill all the gaps. Get tackled by Colton Johnson. That'll be a loss of 2 on the play back into the 31, and it'll be 4th down. So which way you go here, JB? On your side of the 50, down 37-7.
Well,
I think that has already been answered.
Yep, I think so.
Here's the Eagles going for it from their own 32-yard line. See if Letson will throw or they'll run. Maybe try and just get the Red Devils to jump.
Yeah, they coaxed them into jumping earlier in the game.
Yeah. So here's Letson. Gets the play from the sideline, wants to throw, shoots it over in the flat, and it's incomplete. Chip Proctor got a hand on it, and the Red Devils will take over on downs. East Lawrence only ran one receiver out on the near side, and after everybody dropped off, he ran into triple coverage, and Chip Proctor got a hand on it, and it'll fall incomplete, and the Red Devils with the football at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
And through the form for the night, Ty Hutto was back in the game for this offensive series.
The Eagles got a defensive end checking in very late. Here's Hutto with a running back off to his left on the 1st down, and he'll roll that way. Set, look, flags down, going deep for Proctor in the end zone. He caught it for a touchdown, but we got a hold. Hold at the 35. I'll tell you, this is going to be almost laughable if you want to know the truth.
Well, that one was thrown well before the ball was released. But what a nice throw and a good catch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That one's laid right in his pocket.
You know, sadly, we knew it was coming back no matter what, but he aired that one out about 45 yards in the air, and East Lawrence had pretty good coverage, but we hit Chip about 2 steps into the end zone, just perfect on a dead run.
That's 110 yards worth of penalties now for the Red Devils. East Lawrence got 65. So we'll try it again. 1st and about 22 or 3. Hutto up under center a few times tonight, and he'll hand it right up the middle to the running back, and he'll cross the 40 into the 35.
Let's who that running back is. I believe that's a new one.
Yep, I think it was.
It's going to be Alan Johnson, I do believe. If my roster's correct.
All right. Good run. Got it into the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down at about 13. Here's the Red Devils. Johnson off to the right of Hutto on the second down. He's back, wanting to throw. Got time. Now he's going to be flushed out, and he's going to be caught from behind, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. That's Hamilton again. He's had a good game tonight for East Lawrence. That's a -13, and that, as time goes along, Jackie, a little more experience, Ty will figure out he had a chance to throw that ball away.
Yeah, I think they were trying to set up some kind of screen, and he was expecting some rush, but he just left a little late to get out of the way.
So here's third and a long way, a short cab ride for the Red Devils at the 45-yard line. Hutto will ask for the ball. He'll retreat back, going to shoot and fire over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jacob Gholston. It was in traffic, but it hit him in the hands, and Gholston is mad at himself right now for not catching that ball. Fourth down. This is going to be the second punt of the night for the Red Devils, and Perez will do the kicking. Double safeties retreat for East Lawrence. 5:28 to go in the third quarter. 37-7 Devils. There's Perez from his own 41-yard line.
Still just got 10 on the field, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do. There's flag down. Kick is away. Got a little backspin on it, and it'll go harmlessly dead. It's 15-yard line. It's a 30-yard punt. And we got a legal procedure against the Red Devils. Not enough people on the line of scrimmage, says the official.
And he is correct. And we ran one on late. So
maybe he never got on the line. I don't know. He held up six fingers to the Red Devil sideline.
You can play with 10, but you still got to have 7 on the line of scrimmage. So, and I think what happened, you had 3 blocking backs in the punter who were not on the line of scrimmage. So my math would tell me that could only have been 6 possible on the line of scrimmage.
11 penalties for 115 now for LC.
And part of that is they're playing a lot of different folks right now.
Yeah. Everybody's getting to play a little football tonight. So here's Perez again, this time from his 36. This time they got the right numbers. He got it out of there. Got a pretty nice punt away. This one to take a Red Devil roll and go sideways now at the 18. That's a 27-yard punt, so really a net difference of 3 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles from that point with 5:06 to go in the third quarter of play. Auburn Tiger football tomorrow as they take on the Dogs of Mississippi State. Pre-game show, Tiger Tailgate show on at 2. Is that right, boss?
Yes, sir, it is. The Tiger Tailgate show at 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Get you ready for the 5
o'clock
kickoff.
5 o'clock.
That's a 3-hour tailgate show.
I'm telling you.
So as you keep me score at home.
Don't you love Fox?
Yes, I do. Glad I'm a check every
I know you do. First down and 10. Here are the Eagles. They're going to try to run the ball and nothing to it. Quarterback keeper Tate Devaney.
He just shot through there, and he's been able to beat his man just on quickness several times tonight. And
yeah, that's sort of been a broken record play tonight. Devaney's made a ton of tackles tonight. 15 seconds on the play clock. As far as just getting play in. So here we go. 5 receivers over to the far side. Red Devil spread that way. East Lawrence looks that way. Here's Letson in trouble, and he goes down.
He had to step up in the pocket. Devaney come around behind him, and he stepped up in the pocket. And 66 was standing there waiting on him.
-6 on that one.
And I think it was 66, and I'm struggling to find out who that is. Benny, do you have a 66?
Well, I got Cameron Terry at 66.
Okay.
All right. provided that with the different jerseys he hadn't changed numbers, and I don't think he has. So it's third down. Ace Lawrence is 0 for the night on third down conversions. Rolling to the right, on the run sort of a keeper play, just a direct snap back to Levi Barnes, a freshman, and that does not go very far.
Loss of 4 there, and again, Tate Devaney on the tackle.
So it's fourth down. All the way back inside the 5-yard line, and it'll be punting time for East Lawrence. So Proctor will retreat. And the East Lawrence punter about 5 paces from the back end line of the end zone. High wobbler comes out to the near side. Proctor catches it on the run and runs it out of bounds all the way in to about the 18-yard line. So a good heads-up play by Chip. As he caught that one on the run, it bounced right to him, and he took an angle and ran it out of bounds. That's a 22-yard punt for the Eagles. And a 9-yard return. So it'll be 1st and 10 Red Devils. 2:47 to go in the third quarter here from Red Devil Stadium. Glad you're along with us tonight. Jacob Little going to check in, see his first action tonight at quarterback. And he'll turn, leave it on a little screen, and they'll give it to Chip Proctor, and he'll run it to the right side, cut inside the block. Like that sort of a jet sweep. I said screen, but Proctor with a real nice job. Hey, Jacob Little hadn't played a lot of quarterback this year, but he looked really good, I thought, in the spring game. He's got a lot of speed. That's a 9-yard run by Chip. It'll be 2nd and 1. 2 running backs behind him. He's up under center, runs Proctor the same way. On the delay, here's Brody Raines. Raines will run his way inside the 5, and the scrum is still trying to push him, and they'll blow the whistle dead at about the 1-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and goal to go for the Red Devils. And 1st down of the night for LC. They're going to mark it more like the 3-yard line. So here's Little up under center. 2 tight ends, man in motion. They'll run him on the keeper. He'll left-hander will throw it, and it's a completed touchdown over to Mason Lee.
Now, that was just a pass off the option look, and then they ran all 4 plays out of that option there. They ran the jet sweep, and then they ran the handoff to the tailback after they faked the jet sweep, quarterback keeper, and then a quarterback keeper, and pulled up and threw it to the tight end.
And the left hand just sort of caught everybody standing. Hadn't seen the left-handed quarterback all night. Here's Perez's kick on the way, and the kick is good. So he continues to be perfect on the season. 44-7. Red Devils lead it. 1:48 to go in the third. We'll be right back.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm, because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and the not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Jones in Moulton at 974-0634.
Red Devils with a score. Jacob Little with his first action of the night at quarterback tosses a short touchdown pass to Mason Lee. Red Devils increase that lead to 44-7. And here's the kickoff. The Devils two-step approach, line drive kick, gathered by one of the East Lawrence up back, up across the 20, cuts it outside 25, 30, 32, and down it goes. Pretty good return that time. I believe that was Omar Napier, a freshman. 17-yard return for the young man. And it'll be 1st and 10 out at the 32, 33-yard line. And the new scores start dropping through. They ought to start sliding through now, JB.
Yeah, we may need to check on that.
Halftime look.
I did see West Morgan was up on Cherokee 21-7.
West Morgan's got it going on. Minute 39 to go in the third. Here's a little hesitation, and that don't get it done with these linebackers for the Red Devils. Guess who?
51.
51. And for all those at home wondering who, it's Tate Devaney. It's going to be a lost 5 yards on the play.
Young man came out last year and worked hard and kind of paid his dues last year, and he has definitely been a benefit this year.
Yeah, he's playing defensive end or a roaming linebacker, if you will. They'll hand it to the other running back for East Lawrence, and he'll be in on this one. Down goes the tackler at the 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
And actually, then he started the first game of the year against Hartsville. He was offensive guard and did not play defense. And they made some adjustments, going into the Pope game. And one of those was to move Tate to the defensive end position. And that's been a really good move for the Devils the last 4 ball games. A true pass rusher.
Eagles with 3rd and 11 from their own 32-yard line. Inside handoff to running back, and he'll go down after a couple of yards. Good reaction defensively over the near side. I think that's going to be who? Cameron Terry?
Yeah.
It'll be 4th down. So 4th and 10 for East Lawrence.
In the third quarter right there.
That will do it. 44-7, Red Devils lead it. We'll be back with it 4th and final quarter of play after this time out. You're listening to 97.9 Sports.
Locally owned and operated, Brewers Heating and Air Conditioning has proudly served this area with the finest in heating and air conditioning for over 39 years. Are you building a new home? Remodeling a home? You can trust Norman, Chad, and all the folks at Brewers Heating and Air. Free estimates, available financing, and if you need service, even after hours, they've got you covered there too. Your headquarters for quality American Standard heating and air conditioning is Brewers Heating and Air right here in Moulton, 974-9204.
Don't forget, coming up at 10 o'clock, this week's edition of the AHSAA High School Football Scoreboard Show, getting you up to date on all the action from all classifications throughout the state of Alabama. Brought to you locally by Pepsi-Cola Decatur and Greg's Ambulance Service. We appreciate their local support. Pretty good program for a couple hours on a Friday night.
Yes, it is. They covered the state like a blanket.
Yes, they do.
So here's East Lawrence as the 4th quarter begins, punting the football. High snap. Go up the ladder and get it. Red Devils had a man in the spot to block it. That's Gholston Johnson. Ball's picked up on the run. Coming back the other way is going to be the Red Devils return man, and he is in trouble all the way back to the 25-yard line, and that is going to be Caleb Taylor.
Yeah, young man trying to make something happen, but again, I'm running backwards just seldom works. A couple other scores I got in update. Danville leads Hatton 38-20. Coach Bowling, Coach Lou Allen going at it over there. Dexter up on Colbert County, 28-7. Here, of course, starting the 4th quarter, it's 44-7 Lawrence County.
33-yard punt then for East Lawrence. So who's the quarterback this time? Could be Austin Blankenship back in there, and he is. And he's got a different running back in there. That's going to be young man Johnson, Jackie. And he spins across the 40 out to the 43-yard line.
That little feller's quick. We have not seen him yet this year.
18 yards. It gives you another gear, that's for sure.
In varsity, actually.
Yeah. Gives you another gear. There's Blankenship under center from the Red Devil 42-yard line. And they're going to fake into the middle, run the option play. There's Blankenship up near midfield, and he will fall into the East Lawrence 47-yard line. That's close to a first down. They're going to say a little short, knee down back at about the 48. It'll be third down.
Caleb Perry checks in at tailback. Mr. Johnson.
So third in the yard. Let's say second in the yard. I think it's third in the yard. Second down? Okay. At any rate, it's a timeout for the East Lawrence Eagles. They will have 2 left. David?
Hey, thank you, Benny. Just want to mention to you once again, if you're a hunter, the Lawrence County Exchange has things you need to get that trophy buck this season. They have alternatives to corn. Got some big buck blend, 16-point deer feed. If you're still working your deer flocks, don't forget your co-op. Has special clover and grain mixes and the fertilizers and the lime you need as well. Spreaders, they got vests, they got mineral blocks, supplements, boots, advice, and more. All at your Lawrence County Exchange on Highway 157 in Moulton and also in Cortland. You can make this year your best hunting season ever by starting at the co-op, sir.
Second in a yard as opposed to me trying to make it third down. From the 48-yard line of East Lawrence. So here's Blankenship under center. There's a toss sweep to the right side. Red Devils trying to cut it outside. And it's going to be a first down. A nice slice and run that time. I believe that's Caleb Taylor.
It was Caleb.
So it'll be first down Red Devils. That's 14 in the game.
I don't know how many, but several have carried the ball for the Red Devils tonight.
Our official statistician will say 7 different backs for the Red Devils that carried the ball tonight. Here's Blankenship at the East Lawrence 42. Back, going to throw a little bubble screen over to the near side, and they're going to call it incomplete. I tell you, that was close to being a backward lateral. Very close.
We intended for Shamar Eccles, and he climbed the ladder and got a hand on it, and it went up in the air and was almost intercepted anyway by Dwight Fohner from East Lawrence.
So here's Hutto checking in the ball game, second and 10. I got him up under center. It's going to turn and leave it with a tailback, and he almost fumbled the ball and then was knocked down back to 43. He said, I was grabbed by the face mask, but the officials don't agree, and it'll be third down. Lost back to the 44-yard line. It'll be third and about 12. Still continuing. He was grabbed by the face mask, and if you're the one wearing the helmet, nobody knows better than you.
I think he was.
Here comes old Coy back across the field. He's made 2 or 3 runs tonight. So we'll get him out of here.
Yeah, he's wearing black tonight.
It's not Fred. Here's the Red Devils. Down the line, that's going to be Hutto on the keeper, and he'll just lower his shoulder and ease into about the 43-yard line. Oh, Fred, something in your ball game over here.
Yeah, he did. He interrupted several.
The difference in Fred and that dog is Fred would get out there and lay down.
Yeah, this dog
This dog's
across pretty quick. Yeah, Fred couldn't run the 40 in less than a half a day.
Yeah. So the Red Devils don't make the first down, and they're in punting situation. Not sure if they got everybody accounted for on the line of scrimmage. And did they finally get the last guy in there? So 4th and 2. And the Red Devils rolling to the left, and they're going to try to run it, and they're going to run it. And I don't know whether they're going to make the first down or not. Now he is. That's Caleb Taylor. Taylor inside the 20, and Caleb all the way into the 14-yard line. Like that Jacob Little, I thought. That's a big run by Little, 32 yards, and it's first down Red Devils. He's got that speed. And he's also, when you run him back there to punt the ball, and he punts it a couple of times, and then all of a sudden he just takes off, then he creates a lot of problems. So the Red Devils still don't have enough people in the game, or else they don't have to play, one or the other.
Well, they've switched out offensive lines here.
So here's Hutto, and going to have a flag down and a stoppage in play before they can get the play underway. I think it was not enough time.
Yeah. Trying to get a whole new line of scrimmage in there.
12 penalties for 120 now for the Red Devils. 44-7 Devils. If you're just running past the 9 o'clock hour and checking in with us. The 44-7 game. We still got 8 minutes to go in the game. 5-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 20 on the delay of game penalty. Here's Hutto up under center. Turns, lays it with the first man, and he dances through a couple of holes and will be knocked forward inside the 15 to about the 12. That's going to be Hunter Wilbank's ball carrier. After they gain about 6 yards, it'll be 2nd and 9.
I believe that'll be the 8. David's stat sheet's going to run plumb out of room on vertically.
Going to look like. Here's a trip down the lane, and they'll give it right up the middle. There's Johnson. He breaks in the open. He's got a touchdown. Allen Johnson, his first varsity, I will assume, touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's good for, 14 yards.
Tell you what, he's got some real good lateral quickness there. Look down the sideline, I see Jacob Gholston, Chip Proctor, and several of them that helmets have been taken off and put up.
50-7. Perez to see if he can keep his streak going. There's Ty down on the knee. Good snap. Kicks away. And he's got it. 51-7. Red Devils lead it. 7:04 to go in the ball game. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The LCHS Red Devils win football games by demanding the best from every player and every coach. At Jamie Hood Jewelers, they demand the best from themselves and every supplier. So jewelry shoppers become jewelry customers. Now Jamie has moved his Decatur store to give each shopper the best possible experience. Jamie Hood Jewelers, now at 722 Bank Street in downtown Decatur, and the original store still in Muscle Shoals. Go Big Red!
When you need auto body repair, you need a name you can rely on. And that name, the same name in 2017 as it has been for years, is Charlie's Body Shop. It does not matter if your vehicle is big or small, foreign or domestic. Charlie's Body Shop takes great pride in the way they do business. Charlie's Body Shop, Highway 157, just north of Moulton, 974-9172. A proud supporter of 97.9 for 14 years and a sponsor of sports in Lawrence County even longer.
Red Devils with a kickoff. It goes between a couple of East Lawrence Eagles back there. Have to run down and get it, and before it's all said and done, they're knocked down at the 3-yard line. Ball skipped on the wet grass, or probably the dew-driven grass, I should say, and it just sort of slid along, Jackie, and ran right between two would-be receivers.
It was almost I got it, you take it.
Yeah. And now they're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. So 6:49 to go in the ball game. Eagles with the ball, and it's right through the wicket back there, still loose in the end zone, and the Red Devils are going to cover it up for a touchdown, I believe, and they are. They are. Hunter Letson just could never get the handle on it, and the Red Devils recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. I'm not sure who.
Well, I'm trying to get
it.
enough.
72, maybe.
Let me see it. 40. All right. Tanner Hood.
So Tanner Hood with the recovery.
Got to find Mr. Perez and get him back out there.
$57-7. Kick is away by Perez. Good. 58-7. Red Devils lead it. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When you feel like you have to sneeze, but then that feeling goes away. Break out the Pepsi. When your parents join your favorite social media platform but don't send you a friend request. Break out the Pepsi. When you're not a very good singer but want to be the singer in a hip-hop band and then you discover voice processors.
Break out the Pepsi.
When you're playing one of those addicting candy smashing games and someone accepts your invitation to play, meaning you get more points so you can smash more candy and feed your online candy smashing addiction. Break out the Pepsi. When you're on a weekend away at a cabin in the woods and you hear coming from the basement and you don't want to find out what went and your friend volunteers to go down and see what went break out the Pepsi. When you're trying to impress your coworkers while in Paris and you order une baguette à jambon and the waiter actually brings you une baguette à jambon.
Song le Pepsi. That's French for break out the Pepsi, I think.
Back at Red Devil Stadium, they'll give Perez a run through this time, and he kicks it down inside the 20, taken by, I believe, that's going to be Omar Napier again, and it's slung down by the jersey by Ty Fohner. So the Eagles will have the football at the 17-yard line they're on. Red Devils lead at 58-7. We're headed toward the 6-minute mark of this ball game.
Try to get some of you players in here as we go through.
Here's the Eagles. They'll hand it off to their first running back coming through across there, and that's going to be K.J. Welch. East Lawrence got a lot of young players, a lot of 9th graders, a lot of 10th graders, and they got an injured player also over on the left side. So while they see after him, we'll take a timeout. 6:11 to go in the ball game, 58-7. Red Devils, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm, because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and the not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Jones in Moulton at 974-0634.
Hi there, this is Dave Davis inviting you to join me for Solid Gold Weekend every Saturday morning at 7 on Classic Radio 97.9. For 2 hours, we play the best hits from the 60s and 70s. We also count down the top 5 songs from this week in a year from the 60s and 70s. And we talk to some of the legends who made rock and roll in our weekly Solid Gold Legends profile. It's Solid Gold Weekend, Saturday morning at 7, only on Classic Radio 97.9.
Next week, the Red Devils on the road to East Limestone, take on the Indians as we get back into region play. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:40, and here's a give to one of their inside running backs. Good job out there. I think that's going to be Omar Napier again. He's had a pretty good ball game for East Lawrence.
Yeah, Hunter Wilbanks with the tackle.
Will be third down for the Eagles.
Across the line for the Red Devils right now is Thomas Rickett, Drake Martis, and Trevor Morgan.
Here's 3rd and 5. Little mix up in the backfield. Quarterback's going to have to turn and run the ball, and the Red Devils will run him down. On the mark, Brody Sparks, and on the tackle for the Red Devils.
Well played by Brody Sparks, and also Jacob Shelton.
So see if it's going to be close enough for a first down. Good job by the East Lawrence quarterback that time to make something out of nothing. Because I think his running back went the wrong way.
Caden Edwards in the game at cornerback. Young man. Lane Fuller at deep safety.
We're going to get our first measurement of the year, guys, believe it or not. Thought the officials over the first 4 games have done a good job of just rounding everything up, keep the game moving along, but these guys are going to measure.
Well, it's 4 minutes in a 58-7 game.
Yeah, we're going to measure.
We're going to get our first measurement of the year.
Go. You got it.
Well, that's all I got to say about that. Bring up 3rd and short.
It's close.
Oh, they don't
now, here we go.
Well, what should have happened 3 minutes ago?
Yeah, we should have already running 3 more plays.
Yeah, Neil Blackston in the game, checks in the game for the Red Devils.
You think I'm good at killing airtime?
I'm telling you.
Wow. Exciting part of the game there.
First down, number 5 in the game for the Eagles. Napier running back off to the left of East Lawrence, and the quarterback will sail one wide of Levi Barnes, wide receiver. Go incomplete. It will be 2nd down.
You know what? Coach Helm's got some athletes over there. Give him a few more years. He'll be getting that program back up to where the folks want to see it. He's a good coach and got some committed players out there. East Lawrence will be back.
Got a lot of freshmen on this team.
Yes, they do. They're young.
Zach LeMay checks in for the Red Devils.
4:29 to go in the game. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Letson turns, leaves it with his running back. He dances forward and then will be pulled down. That's going to be K.J. Welch, the ball carrier. That's a nice 6-yard run. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
And that's going to be Drake Martis with the tackle. Assisted by Wiley Dutton, I believe.
So here's a possession down for East Lawrence, and they'll leave it with Napier, and he's got a little running room in the short side of the field. He'll be gathered in at about the 36. Very close to another first down.
Brody Sparks again with the tackle. They're going to call it 4.
Call it 4th down. It's got to be no more than a half yard. So 4th and about a half yard up at their own 36-yard line, 58-7 Red Devils. Wide side of the field to the left. As East Lawrence goes for it. High snap, and Letson fell down back at the 30-yard line. Had to go up to get the high snap, and his feet just flew right out from under him. Tough break for the young man. Yeah. And the Red Devils will take the ball over at the East Lawrence 31-yard line.
He's had a pretty good ball game tonight for young 10th grader.
Yep, he took some licks, too.
Final over in Limestone County, Athens 27, East Limestone 9. That's East Limestone be next week's opponent. Partial finishes off Russell 51-0, Benny.
Ouch. There's a capital O. So here's the Red Devils at the East Lawrence 31, and they'll not get the playoff.
This timeout.
Timeout is going to be taken by the Red Devils. By East Lawrence. Didn't have everybody set over there, I don't believe. And so they'll take a quick timeout. And we will too. We'll be right back.
At Alpha Insurance, their goal is to be your MVP. That's most valuable protection. And that means saving you money on home, car, and life insurance and providing championship service from their helpful hometown team. And you'll see why Alpha consistently ranks among the top insurance companies in the Southeast for customer satisfaction. In Moulton, Alpha Insurance agents Danny Whitman or Holly Cornelius can be reached at 974-1166 or just stop by their office at 740 Seminary Street right here in Moulton.
And we're back at Red Devil Stadium, 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Here's a give to Wiley Dutton. He cuts back across the green and will turn his way forward inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Trying to run a sweep to the right side and then turn back inside a little crease. And East Lawrence got a man down. Looks like he's hurting in his lower back. He's going to get up, maybe be okay. Gained 2 yards on the play. Excuse me, Jake.
Hubbard's leading Woodville tonight, 20-15 at the end of 3.
So here's the Red Devils on his second down call. Hutto, inside handoff to the running back, made one guy miss, and then we'll pull forward into about the 27-yard line.
It's going to be another one. That's going to be back LeMay.
It'll be 3rd down. Don Martin checks in for East Lawrence. No tackle.
It's 11 runners tonight, 11.
What's your job? Real easy, Bob.
Yeah.
Here's the inside handoff again. Going to run to the near side. That's Zach LeMay. He is ushered out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
As far as my job is, I think Robert Montgomery's is going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
He have to get out his secret decoder ring to figure this one out.
His abacus.
That's right.
They do make those, don't they, still?
They do.
I hadn't seen one at Walmart lately, but
thrift stores. You find them in thrift stores.
Here's 4th down. Red Devils going at the 25. Handoff to Dutton on the inside. He treads a little water, and down he goes at the 31-yard line. So East Lawrence will take over on downs with 48 seconds to go.
Much to the happiness of the defensive players. Like, y'all, they're running out of you. Get out of our way.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's our chance to get back out.
We want to play. DJ Terrell in this game for Lawrence County. Tony Perez checks in at
free safety. Yep.
Yeah. Kicking the other. Neil Blackson is in at linebacker.
So here's the Eagles with 48 seconds to go. Hand off. Napier tries to bounce it to the outside, and he does. And then he's going to be corralled from the backside, and down he'll go up at about the 39-yard line. I tell you, young man's got a lot of quickness.
Yeah, he does.
He's one of those freshmen that can move the football.
Blake Tobias and Thomas Ricketts in the game.
One more play in this game, unless it's a pass, and that will about do it.
Willie Averett. Lane Fuller checking back in.
I don't think the Eagles going to run another play. We're down to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this win of the inter-county clash will go to the Lawrence County Red Devils as they beat the East Lawrence Eagles 58-7. We'll come back with the post-game show after this 1 minute timeout right here on 97.9 Sports.
And we welcome you back to a happy Red Devil Stadium as the Red Devils get back into the win column, finishing the halfway point of our regular season this year, 3-2, by defeating an up-and-coming East Lawrence 58-7. Looking at some of the individual stats for Lawrence County, we've had 11 different people carry the ball. A lot of new folks first time this year. But then Gholston had 121 yards, Jacob Gholston 32, Proctor with 9, Range with 28. Johnson had a nice night, 39 yards with a touchdown. Blankenship, 77 yards rushing and 2 TDs. Taylor with 4, and Wilbanks with 7, and gives the Red Devils 307 on the ground. And they were 5 of 15 in the air with our 3 quarterbacks that played tonight for a total of 137 yards. So, Jackie, 444 yards total offense tonight. Imagine the offensive side and Coach Dutton's going to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think so. Still some things they can work on, and if we reach the halfway point, and, huge game coming up next week, so didn't wear a lot of people out tonight, and hopefully we can get some of the injured back next week. Is even running 9 people, the Devils are missing a couple of their main runners, and that's being Zay and Cameron. So hopefully they'll be healthy enough to be back with us at East Limestone next week.
Absolutely, and we will be at East Limestone next week as the Red Devils go back on the road, heading over just off of Highway 72 between Athens and Huntsville to bring you a nice Region 8 game, nice contest between Lawrence County and East Limestone. Our broadcast tonight and our broadcast next week and the weeks after that brought to you by Alpha Insurance Agents Holly Cornelius and Danny Whitman, Brewers Hitting in Air, Kane Goldsmith Attorneys, Charlie's Body Shop, Guthrie's of Moulton, Jamie Hood Jewelers, John's Barbecue, Ben Jones, State Farm Insurance, Lawrence County Exchange, Pepsi-Cola Decatur, Southern Automotives, All-Star Ticks, and by Marcia Terry, Realtor for Century 21 Prestige Properties. Don't forget, we got Auburn Tiger football tomorrow. Kickoffs at 5 o'clock against Mississippi State. We'll join the network at 2 o'clock to get you ready for the Tiger Tailgate Show. And stick around at 10 o'clock tonight. This week's edition of the AHSAA High School Football Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Pepsi-Cola of Decatur and Greg's Ambulance Service. So until next week, for Benny and Jackie and Kyle back on the mothership, I'm Dave saying have a great weekend. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to LCHS Red Devil Football with play-by-play announcer Benny Williams and color commentator Jackie Birch, a production of WALW 97.9 Sports.